thank you. Good morning to you on a beautiful, blessed Alaskan day. Spacious skies. Spacious skies, does it not apply here better than anywhere else than you can possibly think?
Yeah.
This is a day for us to honor, to pay tribute, and to remember. And to our many veterans that are assembled before us, whether our esteemed World War II veterans, many of whom had an opportunity of a lifetime to travel to Washington, D.C. on the honor flight, whether it is our Korean veterans, our veterans from the Persian Gulf, our young and returning veterans from Afghanistan, from Iraq, their families who have supported them as they have long served, their families who support them as they come home, embrace them, care for them. Thank you, each of you, for all that you have done to provide for our great nation. And today is the day that we remember those that we keep in our hearts, that we keep in our souls, that are inscribed on the pieces of marble behind us. And that reminder that we can see and we can touch is important. But what we will really remember is what we have in our heart for those who have served us so long and so well in so many different ways. We know here in Alaska, we're proud of a lot of things. We brag about a lot of things. But it warms my heart to know, to beyond bounds, to be able to say that here in Alaska, we open our hearts, we open our states, we open our minds to our veterans. We are proud that we have more veterans here in Alaska per capita than any other state. And it, I believe, is because of how we embrace those who have served us. So it's befitting that here in Anchorage, our largest city, that we would host a Veterans Memorial that reflects this high level of caring and commitment. And today we renew that commitment to those who gave all in the defense of our freedoms with a Veterans Memorial that truly does this community proud. But we know very well that projects like this just don't happen. And so it's important to be able to recognize from the very beginning of this program those who have come together as a team to make that happen. The improvements that we dedicate today are the results of a proactive, focused team effort, whether it's from the state, the municipality, the philanthropy groups, the veterans groups, business, labor, all the community who came together to make this new memorial a reality. So I extend my appreciation, my thanks for all who made it happen. It is yet another example of the great civic engagement that we see here in Anchorage. I would like to take just 2 minutes this morning to dedicate a portion of my remarks in loving memory of a veteran that is well known here in Anchorage, a veteran who passed just this past year. You may have known him by the name of Joker. You may have known him by the traditional red bandana that he wore, or his biker's vest, or maybe you remember him from the loving and giving hugs that he was so generous with. Robert Lupo Sr. He passed away at age 73. He was a veteran of 23 years, served in the Air Force, served in the Navy, in our Alaska Army National Guard. He was a guy I've described as a Renaissance man. He was interested in just about everything. He knew about gyms. He was a Mensa member. He was a genius in so many different ways. What many people did not know about him was that he was also a poet. He was a man who spoke from the heart. And his heart was driven by his service to his country. He was a veteran's veteran. He was a patriot. And he was remarkable in how he was able to articulate his love for service, his love for country, and his care for our veterans. He was one who always kept our POWs and our MIAs in mind. He was one who would never miss a veteran's ceremony or service. I kind of feel he is here with us today, looking down, just making sure that everybody's where they're supposed to be, saluting the flag as they should, and remembering, always remembering, the great service of our veterans. Now, I mentioned that he was a poet. One of the things that probably made him as proud as anything in his later days was the opportunity that he had to go back to Washington, D.C. and speak at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. He went back and spoke on April 23rd in 2010. And he recited a poem entitled Emotions, 356 well-chosen words that show the respect, the honor, and the love. Not only that we show our veterans on Memorial Day, on Veterans Day, but on every day. And I want to share with you some of his words. He said, I honor those who came home alive. I mourn for those who served and died. 'Tis a righteous thing to bow one's head in tribute to our veteran dead. But Emotions was not just about those who served honorably and who are no longer with us. It is about the full spectrum of services that our veterans have made, our wounded warriors who will never heal, who left their eyes and limbs on the battlefield. Joker speaks of those who have returned with PTSD, saying, awakening in anguish from nightmares of war, sweating and shaking, they cry out, no more. As they lie there in agony with their souls laid bare, take hold of them gently, show them you care. And he also reminds us of the POWs and the MIAs who must never be forgotten. People like Sergeant Bowie Bergdahl, who's been held in captivity since 2009. So I will leave you today with the final stanzas of Emotion, stanzas that set forth far better than I could ever express the context and the tone of this solemn day. So be not afraid to show your love for those who live and those called above. Retain them in your memory, there they will live eternally. And whence comes our time, both yours and mine, let us hope that those we leave behind will brave the way with the same devotion to salute our veterans with heartfelt emotions. God bless the United States of America. God bless all her veterans. Thank you.